Welcome to Travel with Sannan bin Mansoor. In this video we'll explain Ireland asylum. Furthermore, what is asylum, how to apply, difference between refugee status, who is eligible for asylum, processing time. This video will give you complete insight about the asylum process. Note: we never insist anyone to apply asylum. This video only for information based. So let's get started. Asylum is legal protection granted by a country to individuals who have fled their home country due to persecution, violence, or serious human rights violations. It allows them to stay in the host country and seek safety instead of being deported back to a place where they might face harm. Who can apply for asylum? A person can apply for asylum if they have a well-founded fear of persecution based on 1. Race 2. Religion 3. Nationality 4. Political opinion 5. Membership in a particular social group, e.g., LGBTQ+ individuals, women facing gender-based violence, etc. Difference between asylum and refugee status. Asylum seeker, someone who applies for protection after arriving in a country but hasn't yet received legal refugee status. Refugee, someone recognized as needing protection under international law, often before arriving in the host country. Rights of asylum seekers. If granted asylum, individuals may receive legal residence in the host country. Work and study rights, access to healthcare and social services, pathway to citizenship in some cases. How to apply for asylum. The process varies by country, but generally involves 1. Arriving in the host country, often on a visa or illegally, depending on the situation. 2. Filing an asylum application with immigration authorities. 3. Attending interviews and providing evidence of persecution. 4. Waiting for a decision, which may take months or years. Key international laws on asylum. 1951 Refugee Convention and its 1967 Protocol establishes refugee rights. Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 14, recognizes the right to seek asylum. Let's talk about the details asylum process in Ireland. If you are seeking asylum in Ireland, you can apply for international protection under Irish and EU laws. The process is handled by the International Protection Office, IPO, under the Department of Justice. 1. Who can apply for asylum in Ireland? You can apply for asylum in Ireland if you have a well-founded fear of persecution in your home country due to race, religion, nationality, political opinion. Membership in a particular social group, e.g., LGBTQ+, gender-based persecution, etc. If your life or freedom is at risk and you cannot return to your country, you may qualify for refugee status or subsidiary protection. 2. How to apply for asylum in Ireland. Step 1. Arriving in Ireland. You must physically be in Ireland to apply. You can apply at Dublin Airport, seaports, or within Ireland if you are already there. Step 2. Submitting an application. You apply at the International Protection Office, IPO, in Dublin. You will have an initial interview where you explain why you are seeking asylum. You must submit documents, passport, identity papers, or any evidence of persecution. Step 3. Processing an interview. The IPO will conduct a detailed interview to assess your case. You may receive accommodation and basic financial support while your case is reviewed. Step 4. Decision on your case. If approved, you will get refugee status or subsidiary protection, allowing you to stay in Ireland. If rejected, you can appeal to the International Protection Appeals Tribunal, IPAT. 3. Rights and benefits for asylum seekers in Ireland. While waiting for a decision, you have the right to stay in Ireland legally. Access to direct provision accommodation, a state-run asylum system. A weekly allowance, €38.80 per adult, €29.80 per child. Access to healthcare and education. The right to work after 6 months if your application is still in process. 4. What happens if your asylum is approved? If you are granted refugee status or subsidiary protection, you can live and work in Ireland, apply for family reunification, access social services and education, apply for Irish citizenship after 3 years. 5. What if your asylum is rejected? You can appeal to the International Protection Appeals Tribunal, IPAT. If the appeal fails, you may face deportation unless you qualify for another visa or humanitarian leave to remain. 6. Important organizations for asylum seekers in Ireland. International Protection Office, IPO, handles asylum applications. Irish Refugee Council, IRC, offers legal help and support. www.irishrefugeecouncil.ie. UNHCR Ireland, the UN Refugee Agency for Ireland. Legal Aid Board provides free legal advice. Now let's talk about legal assistance. If you need legal assistance or support while seeking asylum in Ireland, here are some key organizations that can help. 1. Irish Refugee Council, IRCL. The Irish Refugee Council, IRC, provides free legal advice, assistance, and support for asylum seekers. Website, www.irishrefugeecouncil.ie. Email, info@irishrefugeecouncil.ie. Phone, +353 1 764 5854. Services, legal aid and advice on asylum applications and appeals. Help with housing, education, and integration support for vulnerable asylum seekers, e.g., victims of trauma or violence. 2. Legal Aid Board, LAB. The Legal Aid Board provides free legal representation for asylum seekers who cannot afford a lawyer. Website, www.legalaidboard.ie. Phone, +353 1 646 9600. Email, info@legalaidboard.ie. Services, free legal representation for asylum interviews and appeals. Assistance in dealing with immigration authorities. Help in applying for humanitarian leave to remain. 3. UNHCR Ireland, United Nations Refugee Agency. UNHCR monitors asylum cases and ensures fair treatment for asylum seekers in Ireland. Website, www.unhcr.org/I. Email, iradu@unhcr.org. Phone, +353 1 631 4510. Services, protection and legal advice for asylum seekers. Information on refugee rights support for vulnerable individuals. 4. NASC, the Migrant and Refugee Rights Centre. NASC offers support for asylum seekers and helps with legal and social issues. Website, www.nasc.org. Phone, +353 21 427 3594. Email, info@nasc.org. Services, legal support for asylum applications and appeals. Housing and social welfare assistance. Family reunification advice. 5. DORA's Migrant and Refugee Support Organization. DORA's is another organization that helps asylum seekers with legal issues and social integration. Website, www.doras.org. Phone, +353 61 310 328. Email, info@doras.org. Services, legal support and advice on asylum cases. Employment and integration support. Help with social services and housing. 6. Movement of Asylum Seekers in Ireland, MASI. MASI is an advocacy group that fights for the rights of asylum seekers in Ireland. Website, www.masi.ie. Email, info@masi.ie. Services. Advocacy and legal awareness support for asylum seekers in direct provision. Campaigning for asylum seekers' rights. What should you do next? 1. Contact one of the legal aid organizations, Irish Refugee Council or Legal Aid Board, for assistance with your asylum application. 2. Prepare your asylum case by collecting any evidence that supports your claim, e.g., documents, witness statements, police reports from your home country. 3. Stay updated on your asylum application by regularly checking with the International Protection Office, IPO. 4. Know your rights while waiting for a decision, including the right to housing, healthcare, and work, after 6 months. How to draft an asylum application in Ireland. When applying for asylum in Ireland, your application must clearly explain why you cannot return to your home country due to persecution, violence, or serious harm. Below is a structured guide to help you draft a strong asylum application. 1. Structure of your asylum application: A. Personal information: full name, date of birth, nationality, passport number, if available, current address in Ireland, contact details. B. Reasons for seeking asylum. You must clearly explain why you are seeking asylum. Be specific and truthful. Answer the following. 1. What happened to you? Describe any threats, attacks, imprisonment, or other forms of persecution. 2. Who persecuted you? Was it the government, police, religious groups, armed groups, or individuals? 3. Why were you targeted? Was it because of your race, religion, nationality, political opinion, or social group, e.g., LGBTQ+, women facing abuse, journalists, etc.? 4. Did you seek protection in your country? Explain if you went to the police or authorities and what happened. 5. Why can't you return? Provide reasons why your life or safety is still at risk. C. Supporting evidence. Include any documents that can support your claim, such as police or court reports, news articles about persecution in your country, medical reports if you were injured, threatening letters, emails, or messages, witness statements from family or friends, membership proof if you belong to a persecuted group. D. Your journey to Ireland. Explain how and when you arrived in Ireland. If you traveled through other safe countries, explain why you didn't seek asylum there. Attached documents. 1. Copy of my passport. 2. Police report from my home country. 3. Medical report, injuries from persecution. 4. News article about persecution in my country. 5. Witness statement from a friend or family member. I sincerely request your consideration for my asylum application. Please let me know if you need any additional information. 3. What happens after you submit the application? Heavy checkmark interview. You will be called for an interview at the International Protection Office, IPO, to explain your case. Heavy checkmark decision. If your asylum is approved, you will get refugee status. If denied, you can appeal the decision. Heavy checkmark support. You will be placed in direct provision housing and may receive a small financial allowance while waiting. Final thoughts. Applying for asylum in Ireland requires a clear and detailed explanation of why you are at risk in your home country. Your credibility and evidence are key factors in the success of your application. It is highly recommended to seek legal assistance from the Irish Refugee Council or Legal Aid Board to strengthen your case. Hopefully this video will give you information to make any move. Thank you for watching Travel with Sannan bin Mansoor.